Signs you are parenting from your trauma, not from the point of truth. Now, a good number of us as parents, as adults, as individuals are parenting from the point of our traumas. Most times, our traumas make judgment calls. Sometimes we don't even realize it. Sometimes we are asking ourselves, why did I react this way? Why am I acting this way? The truth is that most times our traumas come to make judgment calls where we don't even expect. So a good number of us are walking around with our traumas. A good number of us are also raising and parenting our children from the point of our traumas, not from the point of truth. So what are the signs? What are some signs you can see in raising your children that you can see you are working or you are parenting from the point of trauma? The whole idea or the whole reason why we need to understand the signs is for us to go on this healing journey, for us to work on ourselves. Number one sign, when you overreact as a parent to small misbehavior. Now, as parents, we must be able to understand each appropriate behaviors of our children. The way a 3-year-old behaves is totally different from the way a 5-year-old behaves. It's totally different from the way your 7-year-old will behave. Your teenager will behave. It's totally different from the way an adult will behave, because every child have got different level of reasoning. But when you overreact to small misbehavior, probably your toddler has poured water on the floor and you just overreact instead of teaching your toddler what to do, it's possible you're parenting from the sign or from the point of your trauma. Number two, when you expect perfection. A good number of us were raised with this mindset of perfectionism. So most of us expect perfection from our children. We expect everything to be perfect. You expect the plate to be washed clean. You expect the table, the house, the kitchen, everywhere to be clean, looking all good the way you would do it. When you expect perfection from your children, it's possible you are parenting from the point of your trauma. Because remember, raising our children is a process. It's a process of teaching. It's a process of making mistakes and learning. Like my coach will always say, parenting is in the mess. It's in the mess. But when you don't expect the mess as a parent, when you don't focus on the process, but you just focus on the end result, it is possible you are parenting from the point of your trauma. Number three, when you struggle to say, I am sorry, a good number of us find it difficult to even apologize to our children. When you struggle to say, I am sorry, just check it. It's possible you are parenting from the point of your trauma. Because when you say, I am sorry, you teach your child that it is okay to reconcile. You teach your child that it is okay to forgive and to ask for forgiveness. You teach your child what to do when they find themselves in similar situations. The fourth reason or the fourth sign you can see and say you're parenting from the point of your trauma is when you control through fear. A good number of us are so fearful. A good number of us are scared of everything. You control your child through fear. You don't give your child opportunity to grow through the process. You don't give your child an opportunity to learn through the process, but you control your child through fear. When you correct your child, when you speak to your child, you're not speaking from the point of love. You're not speaking from the point you really want to help this child, but you're speaking from the point of fear. You give examples based on your fears. You tell your child things not because you want them to learn or because you want them to get the lessons. You tell them from the point of fear. It's a sign you might be parenting from the point of your trauma. Number five, when you shame rather than you correct. So are you that parent that shame your child? Today, choose to correct your child and not to shame your child. When you shame your child rather than correcting your child, you're not teaching your child the right thing to do. In fact, when you shame your child, most times Children will go into their shell and they will try as much as they can to avoid such situations or make you not to see such situations where you have to shame them again. Because check it, even we as parents, you as an adult, you wouldn't like to be shamed. If you make a mistake in the office or you make a mistake at home, you wouldn't like to be shamed by your boss or your spouse or someone ahead of you. You wouldn't like to be shamed. So that is something we have to work on. As parents, we should focus on connection rather than shaming. Then the other reason you're parenting from the point of your trauma is when you feel triggered by your child's emotions. A good number of us as parents, we feel triggered by the emotions of your child. Your child is crying, your child is sad, and you're triggered. Your child is angry and you're triggered. Your child just got back to school. This child is tired. This child has had a full day or a busy day and you're triggered. You're shouting, you're over the place. You're asking the child, why are you crying? Why are you shouting? Why are you angry? You're triggered. It's a sign you are parenting from the point of your trauma. The other side is when you avoid hard conversations. Most of us avoid hard conversations. Most of us want to run away from hard conversations. We like it simple and easy. Once it's above the borderline, once it's above being simple and easy, we run away, we hide in our shells. We don't want to have the hard conversation. You don't want to have the hard conversation that can teach a child. You don't want to teach a child the mistakes you made, obviously age appropriate, the mistakes you made that can help your child to make a better decision. You just avoid it because you feel, oh, this conversation is too hard. You don't want to have this conversation about the choice of spouse. You don't want to have this conversation about identity with your child. You don't want to have this conversation about self-worth with your child. You don't want to have the conversation about friendship with your child. Check it. It's a sign you are parenting from the point of your trauma. It's possible there is something you have not been able to deal with, or it's possible you're dealing with something and you don't feel you're worthy enough to teach your child, but that is a sign you are parenting from the point of trauma, because we must all get comfortable with having hard conversations. We must get to this point of communicating, having this hard conversation, having the goal should be for our children and for ourselves to be able to make better decisions in the future. Another sign you're parenting from the point of your trauma, when you repeat phrases your parents said. Yes, how many of us can remember those phrases your parents told you while you were growing? A good number of us can recall a lot of these phrases. What did your parents say that you did not like? And now you're saying the same thing to your children. What were those phrases that discouraged you while growing up? And you're also repeating the same thing to your children. What were those phrases your parents said to you whenever you broke a plate, whenever you made a mistake, whenever you did not do so well in school, when your position or your average in school was not so good? Those things your parents told you, what were those phrases? And what are those phrases you're repeating and telling your child? It's a sign you are parenting from the point of your trauma. The other sign is when you struggle to show affection. When affection is difficult for you to show as a parent, you struggle to hug your child, you struggle to show affection, your child is crying, you can't help your child. You can't just come to this point of being affectionate. You can't just come to this point of showing affection to your child or to people around you. It's a sign you're dealing with something. It's a sign you're struggling with trauma. Another sign you're struggling with trauma is when you feel overwhelmed or when you numb your feeling. When you constantly feel overwhelmed as a parent, you're constantly over the place, you're constantly stressed, you're constantly overwhelmed, or when you decide to numb your feeling, it's a two-way thing. You're constantly overwhelmed or you numb your feeling. You're constantly feeling stressed, you're constantly feeling overwhelmed. it's a sign there's something you need to deal with. Or you numb your feeling. You're angry, but you say you're okay. You're sad, but you say you're okay. You're dealing with a lot, you're frustrated, you're scared, you're nervous, but when people ask you, you say you're okay. It's a sign you're parenting from the point of trauma. And the truth is that this numbing our feelings, a good number of us have made it look like it's okay. But the truth is that it's not okay. When you feel a particular way, you should be able to express your feeling in the right way. You should be able to deal with this feeling in the right way and look for ways to feel better. Look for ways to work on this emotion, not to numb these feelings. So, as parents, what are the signs you've identified? It is important we understand and identify these signs so we will even get to the point of being aware that we need to work on ourselves. So, journal, what are 3 signs you've been able to identify in your parenting? It is important we identify the signs so that we can come and start to work on ourselves as parents, because healing is so important for us to raise generational shifters. Thank you. I believe this is helpful. Like, share, subscribe to our video, and make the world a better place by letting everyone know about this video. Thank you.